Hi, lovelies. Welcome to the free weekly reading. This is a look at the week ahead of May 22nd through May 28th of 2017. Okay, guys, officially welcome to the start of Gemini season. So kind of lately, if you've been feeling like you want to go out and party, you want to connect with your friends and some of your family, especially your siblings, which Gemini rules, please know that that feeling hasn't come out of nowhere. It's definitely being influenced by what's happening up in the cosmos right now. And go out and have some fun this week. Go out and party. Go out and celebrate life and celebrate how far you come. And there's a lot of graduations going on this week. So people are graduating, I think, both from school, but also, I kind of want to say in life as well. Some big things have been going down for everybody, including moi. And I don't know, just like a lot of crazy stuff has been coming up, and I think people are just finally letting go of baggage and things that are no longer for them, and they're ready to finally move forward. So if you're one of those people, just know that you got this and keep going. I would say too this week, a big thing, because we've got a new moon coming up on Wednesday the 25th, and it's going to be in Gemini as well. Gemini is the sign of communication. These guys are writers and talkers. And I love them because they are never boring. I actually grew up with 3 Geminis in my house, so it was kind of like 6 people, really. My dad's a Gemini, and both of my sisters are Geminis, which is funny. For a week, they're the same age in June. And it's also the sign of the twins, and they were always mistaken as twins when they were little. So that was kind of cute. And I actually married a Gemini as well because I'm crazy. But I always need to be, my mind goes a million miles a minute. And Gemini is an air sign. These guys are all mental. It's like constantly taking in information. They're the gatherers of knowledge and little information bits. These guys are the jack of all trades. They know a little bit about everything. I wouldn't say in depth on a certain subject unless it's like really their passion. But if you just need like quick snippets of stuff, or if you just need to know like an underlying meaning or a quick thing about something, almost always a Gemini will pipe up and be like, oh yeah, I know. There are Google. I would put it that way. All right. So yeah, this week we got that new moon on Wednesday. When new moons come up for us, they talk about new beginnings. So what new project can you start? Also, too, I'd like to say as well that, you know, at new moons, me personally, I feel as though it's a good time to really restart a project or redo a project if you feel like something needs to be redone or started over again, so that you really build the foundation better and more solidly. So don't be afraid of starting over if you need to, or starting from scratch with something. This would be the perfect time to do it this week. All right, so let's see what the cards got to say for us. So I'm going to pull up each card for you. You guys pull what you're drawn to. You can pick 1, you can pick 2, or you can pick all 3 cards. Choose what you're drawn to and use your intuition here. So this will be card number 1. And this will be card number 2. Is it in the screen? I don't even know. And here's card number 3. I'm a hot mess. All right, I'll give you guys a second to kind of decide which card that you're going for. See which one works for you. I think you guys are going to like it this week. This is intense. It's going to be good stuff, though. All right. So if you picked card number 1, you picked the Strength card, and here is your card. Focusing in. All right, there we go. All right. Major Arcana card, talking about major evolution, major movement. Yeah, major transition right now in your life. Some big things are going on. When strength shows up in a reading, it's asking you to look at your personal strengths here. What can you bring to the table if you've been having a hard week and you kind of feel like things aren't going your way? What strengths of yours can you pull on to make the situation better? Or what can you do here to really showcase your strength and see how far that you've come? It's time to challenge yourself, essentially. Stop whining if things haven't been going easy and just make your own road forward. I kind of want to say. If you notice on the card too, there's a full moon in the background, but we can't see the full scope of it. So something is trying to come to a culmination here. You're trying to finish something up. You're trying to bring something to completion. Maybe you feel like there's obstacles in your way or that you just can't see an ending towards this thing that you're trying to get towards. Please know that it's coming for you. It's like halfway there. So even though you may not have the end result, I kind of want you to wait for it this week and just know that this isn't the end of the story yet. So stop acting like it is if you haven't got what you needed. Not everything has come to a full completion here. And this also highlights relationships too. So if things haven't been going the way that you want and you're ready to jump ship, I would kind of say to you, wait for a second, unless there's abuse of any kind going on. If there's abuse going on, get the hell up out of there. But if you guys are just fighting a lot and things aren't going maybe the way that you want, I think that you're kind of being asked this week to wait and see what develops because you don't have all the information that you need yet in order to kind of move forward. This is kind of like a pull on your resources card, you know? Almost like a bloom where you're planted. What can you do here? What can you do here to kind of move yourself forward? There's also a call here. If you see the chick in the card, she is defiant as fuck. She does not give a shit. She's looking straight at you in your eyes from this card, and she's holding this orb of light. This talks to me about remembering and knowing what your inner light is or what it is that makes you shine and bringing that to the table. This is also, you know, the card for Leo. Leos like to be in the spotlight. They'll be center stage and they're ready to shine. This card may be calling you this week, or there may be a call there this week to stand up and take the leadership position that you've been called to do. And to remember to bring your light to the stage whenever you step up. Shine bright. Just be yourself. If you notice too, she's got three roses, like a little crown on her head. Usually when roses show up in a reading to me, they talk about an anniversary that's like just about to come up, is happening right now, or just happened. So there's an anniversary of some sort, like remembering an anniversary, taking part in it. And it's almost like, look back to the last one and see how far that you've come. So give yourself a pat on the back this week. I feel like you've come a really long way and you've done a lot to kind of make your life better or make things better for yourself and other people. Quit beating yourself up. You're actually doing a lot better than you think that you are. But it also talks to me about self-care. So make sure that you take care of yourself this week, and that all that energy that you're putting towards other people and everybody else around you, make sure that they're okay. Make sure that you're okay too, and take care of your needs. Because if you're going on an empty tank, how are you supposed to help anybody else with that, you know? Don't hurt yourself in the pursuit of trying to help those that you love. Take care of you too. All in all, though, really good. And just expect this week for things to move forward. You will get... I feel like when the major arcana cards show up, they're talking about like a big, powerful something happening here. So just, again, I just want you to wait for it this week. And I want you to be receptive to, you know, what comes to you, and when and if called, to step into the spotlight or be the leader, or to take over something to make it better. Just bring what it is that makes you magic to the table, my friend. You've got it. Okay. All right. And if you picked card number 2, you chose Awakening. And here's your beautiful card. All right. Another major arcana card. Talking about major change, major evolution, major movement forward. This card really talks to me, Awakening, about going on a spiritual journey. So lately, if you've been on a spiritual journey and you're just kind of like figuring it out along the way, please continue. You're onto something really important here. And you're essentially speaking to a part of your soul. So I'd like you to keep going. And no matter, if you notice in the card, the mountains behind her, no matter what obstacles show themselves, remind yourself that you've got this. And whatever's coming up for you this week, whether that be, say, pain from the past, or, I don't know, maybe somebody's just standing in your way or giving you shit for, you know, tapping into your spiritual side, shed light on it. Shed light on yourself and say, no, this is where I'm supposed to be. Don't let anybody give you shit this week. Do you know what I mean? Just for being you, or whatever obstacles in your way. Like, put a positive light on it and be like, okay, I see that you're here to teach me about patience, or you're here to teach me about really and truly knowing my worth. And like, thank you for that. And now you can get the fuck up out of my face. Thanks. Don't be afraid to set your boundaries. I feel like what this card is saying as well. And with that awakening, there's probably a reassessment of priorities on your end. So you may have been thinking lately, maybe say with your life, is this really where I want to be right now? Maybe I should be going back to school and learning something different. Or maybe I should take my life in a different direction. So just know if some of those themes have been coming up for you, like a total life change, just know that it's not coming out of nowhere. This is your soul speaking to you. And just because you want it doesn't mean that it's not right for you. I think a lot of us think that, say like for our vocation and our calling, I actually get a lot of this with the readings, that I feel like I want it so bad that I'm just making it happen kind of thing. And I say to everybody, and it was good for me to hear too, because I, at some point, especially when I first started my mediumship, I remember wanting to be a medium. Like really bad, scared of it, terrified of it, but also on this weird, strange level, like wanting it really bad. I'm like, am I just manifesting this because I want it so bad? Like, no, that's actually your soul calling to you. Like, who in this world, I don't really know a whole bunch of people that aren't mediums that would be like, oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I want to talk to dead people and do some creepy shit. Let's do that. You know what I mean? So I really want you to know that like whatever you're being called to do, even if you have a deep desire to do it, know that it's your vocation, your calling to yourself to step up and to, I don't know, awaken yourself and allow yourself to expand and grow on a spiritual level. Follow that call, follow that gut instinct, follow that longing. Something's trying to tell you where you need to go next. So trust it this week. Also too, I would recommend that you start a meditation practice if you haven't, or a way for you to get centered. Your psychic abilities are gonna be off the charts this week too. So pay attention to your intuition, pay attention to what shows up for you, and to trust it, because you're being guided here by something bigger, or your higher self. Last thing too, I see 2 new moons in this card. So I feel like you have 2 new beginnings that are happening here. Maybe it's career and love, maybe it's career and home, maybe it's home and health. Who knows? I don't know what that combination is for you, but on 2 different things, you're starting things over again here, or you're being asked to start a new project or start a new adventure here with 2 spaces in your life, or it may already be happening for you. Know that this is, I kind of want to say like divine timing. Everything's just going to work out. So you just need to trust that and go with the flow here. Trust that everything is happening, for lack of a better term, like everything's kind of happening for a reason. Go with the flow and have fun with this. And remember that this journey doesn't have to be somber. Put the joy back in. Okay. All right. And if you chose card number 3, you chose justice. And here's your beautiful card. All right. Another major arcana card. So everybody this week is going to be having a crazy week, an intense week, a powerful week, a transformative week. This is going to be big for everybody. So yeah, I think this is going to be really good. I kind of want to say with the Gemini new moon as well, there's a thing about information and sharing information. And they're kind of bringing it up with the Justice card. Be careful the things that you were thinking. Be careful the things that you were saying. Make sure that, I don't want to say that you're justified in it, but make sure that you're saying, is it truthful? Is it helpful? Is it kind? If it's not any of those things, shut it down. Don't gossip. Don't pass around information that isn't good or false information. You will be called out and you will look like an idiot. I'm just warning you this week. So be careful. Be careful kind of like where you go. With the Justice card, you see that she's holding a sword. When swords show up in a reading, they talk about our mental space. Where are we mentally? Are we here? Are we here in the present moment? Are we always freaking out about the future, or always stuck in the past? Where are you? For her in this card, she's pointing towards the future with the sword in her hand. This is saying you own your future going forward. Make sure that you're making the right mental choices here. Like, this is incredibly important. Make sure that your mind is focused on what you do want. So that's what you attract to yourself. And then if you notice, there's the scales in the corner, talking about balance as well. So make sure that as you're pursuing your goals, as you're pursuing your aspirations going forward, that you've got a balanced approach here, so that you can really and truly reach those goals, so that you know that you've got this no matter what goes on. I kind of want to say that you're organized and you're ready to go. But also too, that your mental space, that you're present, you're here, you're in reality, like lightly touching towards the future as you go, just making sure that you're still on track. Keep the course and remember that the power is in your hands. This is an incredible card though. If you notice too, there's another full moon in the background, but it's completely clouded over. I want to say again that you don't have all the information you need to make a choice, either on a relationship or coming to a completion with something. So I kind of want you to wait and see what you hear, wait and see what pops up for you, because I don't want you to make a choice this week out of kind of jumping to conclusions, or maybe somebody passed around information that wasn't good or right, and you're going off of that. Like, take your time this week, do your research, and make sure that everything that you do, there's a sense of justice to it, in a good way, that you're always doing yourself a justice, or you're always doing somebody else justice, no matter what's going on. And I think too, seeing somebody, this is about a relationship, seeing somebody for all that they are, not just as all good or all bad, because that's no one on planet Earth. Do you know what I mean? Like, nobody's all good or all bad. And I'm sure I can hear people crying like, oh, Hitler, like, okay, legit, Hitler was a real SOB, right? Like, real human garbage there. At the same time, he did love the people around him. And he was, in a weird way, a sensitive soul, especially with his artistic side. And it's kind of creepy to watch some of those videos sometimes to, you know, see him being a real person, because we like to make him into this absolute monster, which he totally was. But there was also another side to him, is what I'm saying. Not advocating for this dude, definitely not, but just saying that not everybody in this world, not anyone in this world is all true evil or all true good. See this person who you're having a problem with, or you're trying to fix your relationship with, see them as a whole real person, for the good and the bad. And for yourself too, please, please, please do that for yourself. Most importantly, if you can't see yourself and come to terms with your shadow side and accept the things about yourself that you don't quite love, you're never going to be able to do that for anybody else. And how can you possibly expect somebody else to do that for you if you can't do it for yourself? Do you know what I mean? So be good to yourself this week. Remember that the power is in your hands, and be careful of the information that you receive and that you give back out. Make sure that you've researched and you know what you're talking about. Okay. And this is going to be a really good week. Just keep moving along, keep kicking ass. And the stone that I chose for this week is blue kyanite. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if the thing will see. Okay. Kind of. It's a little translucent. It's a really beautiful color blue. I think I say this with all the stones, but it's one of my favorites. Blue kyanite is the stone of communication, which is kind of, you know, perfect for Gemini. It also corresponds to the throat chakra, so how we communicate. This stone also helps us, like if you wear a pair of earrings with it, or whenever you meditate, say you keep like a piece of it by your ears, it helps you to hear your inner intuition. And if you're working on clairaudience, which is clear hearing, if you've got psychic gifts and abilities, this is an awesome stone to work with, and will definitely help you and boost you up in that direction. So yeah, always larger than a quarter in size. If you grab a chunk of it and you carry it on you, just make sure, you know, the bigger the better, and it always helps. And yeah, just grab a chunk of this baby and work with it. And I kind of like to say too, before I go into meditation, if you choose to do that, you know, I'm working here today to improve my clairaudience, and I give myself permission to continue the growth with my gifts and abilities. And then I'll use the stone and go into meditation and allow it to work its good juju on me. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the weekly, and remember, this is your week. Make it an amazing one. All right, you guys, have a great one, and we'll talk soon. Bye.